Warp-Digitation zu!
Evolution!
Omegamon!
Hello and welcome, my dear viewers. This is Mega881000 again with another review about another figure as the next in line to take a closer look on it now. And as you can see and maybe could already guess from the unboxing video part, this is now my detailed review about S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition by Bandai Tamashii Nations. But before starting with this review, at first just a bit official character bio about Omegamon in general as usual. Omegamon, a Holy Knight Digimon born from the fusion of the virus busters WarGame and Metal Garurumon due to the powerful wills of everyone who wished for good, by being also a member of the Royal Knights. As a Digimon that combines the special qualities of both WarGame and Metal Garurumon, he is a multi-type warrior Digimon capable of fully demonstrating those abilities in any given situation. He is equipped with a sword and shield on his WarGame shaped left arm and a cannon, and missiles on his Metal Garurumon shaped right arm. The cape on his back is automatically deployed when dodging an opponent's attack or when he is flying. Omegamon's special technique is freezing the opponent with frigate at absolute 0 shots. He fires from the Metal Garurumon shaped cannon called Garuru Cannon. I think you know this. With this, Omegamon can also fire powerful sound waves referred to as Omega Howling. He can probably also fire the missiles from the Metal Garurumon shaped arm's shoulder and is able to attack his opponents with those missiles, but is not officially mentioned or named with an attack technique. but if he has those missiles, why shouldn't he use them? No? I mean, I always thought that are just spikes, but it makes sense because Metal Garurumon can shoot missiles from his shoulders as well. Yeah, or shoulder armor, better said. Yeah. Also, his left arm is equipped with the invincible blade Grey Sword. With this, Omegamon can attack his opponents with various sword techniques and attacks by land and air. A few of these techniques have the following names: Grey Sword, Ultimate Uppercut, Sword of Ruin, Omega Sword, or Omega Blast. With this attack technique, Omegamon can even gather light in or with the Grey Sword, and by swinging it in the direction of his enemies, he engulfing them in a huge explosion. He can also use the Brave Shield on the WarGame shaped arm's shoulder to counter attacks and guard himself with his left arm. Yeah, I think you know this. And Omegamon is even able to attack without his typical extended weapons, with only those hands. And by firing successive waves of fire and ice from them, called Double Torrent. Excuse me, please. And now let us get to the actual review. I think at first we should do a little turning action. And have a short closer look on the figure as well. I mentioned in the official announcement by Bandai Tamashii for the first time in my pre-thoughts video, which was actually about Shoto Wave 2, if you remember, which got followed by 2 detailed update videos. In those videos I made some pre-thoughts about the first ever seen repaint in this kinda revived S.H.Figuarts line for Digimon. And the first update was about the official promotion update by Bandai Tamashii Nations. The second was a summary of the official Bandai Tamashii Nations blog page and the posts about it in the With the Will forum. The blog page was again an update about announcements, about further details, as a kind of preview of the back then new announced upcoming figure. And now he is here. But those of you who have seen these videos and check my channel more regularly know that, I think. Anyway, I will go into these official statements on the part of Bandai Tamashii Nations about our various promotion updates and my own pre-thoughts, assumptions and statements which are made about those official updates. Again, in this review, we are going a bit back to which I said as pre-thoughts about a figure and proving if they are right or wrong, or yeah, something like that. I created these update videos because I found it very great from the first announcement, or rather I also thought the announcement itself was great because it was also very surprising and unexpected at that time, because there were no new S.H.Figuarts Digimon figures for about 4 years at that time of that first announcement, and therefore the Figuarts series for the Digimon section was believed to be dead in general by the most fans and that worldwide scene. Well, you could say that the S.H.Figuarts series for the Digimon sections then later digivolved into the Joshinka Tamashii series or Digivolving Spirit series, because these are also kind of Figuarts figures just with that transforming gimmick. But back to Omegamon here. In any case, the first official announcement of S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition was 20 years after the spring of 2000, when the first Digimon movie Bokura no WarGame hit the cinemas in Japan. On September the 3rd in 2020, the official update for the figure was published by Bandai, and from September the 4th, the pre-orders at Premium Bandai Japan were opened. And S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition was released in February 2021 in Japan. Bandai's suggested retail price was about 8,250 yen, which was about circa 75 and 19 US dollars, or about 65 and 25 euros. And I said this was a kinda good price which they announced, because it is Premium Bandai. In our shops, of course, it was even more expensive than Bandai's suggested price, like always, and it was also more expensive than the Bokura no WarGame Omegamon version back then. My first point is mold or sculpt and implementation of the figure in general. In the official updates from Bandai Tamashii back then, it was already clear that the new announced figure is mainly a repaint of the pale 2016 Omegamon Bokura no WarGame figure version, and comparisons were made about the color scheme of this and the new one. I also showed you the pictures, but now we're doing this with a direct compare with the figures. So the main focus in those official promotion updates was on changes between the new figure and the from 2016. And as the highlights on the new figure, Bandai stated the chargerous body, coloring and the poseable cape. It was said that the 2016 figure was designed to be more faithful in coloring to the anime or the movie. In coloring, the Premium Color Edition was designed to reproduce a more luxurious look with a white pearl color, a creamier white and metallic colors to produce a figure with unique charm and a different concept from the 2016 version. And I think they did a really well job coloring wise. I have to admit that the first teaser picture didn't immediately convince me this much, because from the first teaser picture at that time I even would have never in my life expected this type and scope of improvements for the cape design and the cape pose system from Bandai, to which I will come later. But I always already mentioned in my first info update that it was a very good idea to release the nice mold of the pale Bokura no WarGame version figure with metallic colors again, and I personally thought it was an absolutely great choice to do that, because the mold of the Bokura no WarGame version was really great, and I actually thought it was a bit better than the mold of the first S.H.Figuarts Omegamon figure by Bandai Tamashii. And Bokura was and is a kinda improved 2.0 mold. But from the first teaser I just thought, well, this will just be a pure repaint of the Omegamon Bokura no Wargame version figure, now with metallic and pearl color design, but with the exact same cape and cape pose system from the Bokura no Wargame version. Because you didn't know that, alright, at the beginning, back then, I think you know, you never know so much when they announcing those teasers. In general, I was actually rather happy about that after such a long time some kind of new S.H.Figuarts Digimon figure was announced and going to be released, just as they published more and more details about it. More I dealt with it for the creation of my info videos, the more positive my thoughts about the figure became, and the more this increased the desire to want this repaint figure for my collection. For your luck, cause I can do the review now for you. The size is about 6.29 inches, which would be about 16 centimeters like Bokura, because they are the same mold. So my next point is coloration, color style. Bandai's own enthusiasm about the repaint to the various points and images of their official promotion updates were, for example, following about the coloring. The white parts are pearl white in order to recreate the divine appearance. The claws are gold colored and metallic blue, highlighting the beauty of the figure. Omegamon Grey Sword and Garuru Cannon are colored with metallic colors. And I think there's really nothing to add, and I would simply agree with these statements. Or what do you think? But let's take a closer look at it again. To give you the idea of all those nice colors and color tones they given the Bokura no Wargame mold as the new premium color edition. Also with this nice poseable looking, great looking cape. Nice metallic and pearl colors, like also the eyes are very nice painted, detailed painted, very nice. Back then I also suspected that the metallic colors could be similar to the colors of the first S.H.Figuarts Omegamon, but they are not. And I will show you that a bit better, because I have the S.H.Figuarts as well, so I can show you that. And yeah, you can see yourself, especially for Metal Garurumon's arm, they used a kinda more metallic purple, and here they used a more, yeah, metallic dark blue. And yeah, I mean, so this is more true to the more accurate to the anime colors, with that, especially with the purple for Metal Garurumon's arm and head. And yeah, this is, I think that's great. And yeah, so the color tones they used for the premium color edition is nice, that they are different to the S.H.Figuarts, so it really worth to buy the figure. And I have to correct this because my pre-thoughts were just, maybe it will look like the D-Orts version from the metallic colors. I said that the maybe the pearl white is the same, even the same, but I don't think the camera will deliver this so well. But the pearl white on the D-Orts and the premium color edition is also different, a bit different. Don't know if that was pearl white or metallic white, but yeah, I thought they will use at least the same white, but they not, and that's great. That's very nice that they don't use the same color tones again. Yeah. All important paint apps are there on the new figure and have been taken into account. We proved this before. Even the crystal is molded from a beautiful colored blue transparent plastic this time, which is a different translucent blue plastic in compared to Bokura no WarGame's crystal, which is also very nice. But you can also say on the Bokura no WarGame version they used a bit of a pale translucent blue to match the rest of the pale coloring for the Bokura no WarGame version, and here they used a bit more intensive blue translucent plastic to match the brighter colors and the metallic colors better, and I think that blue looks awesome, which they used. I think that's a nice blue for the crystal there. Yeah, it's a bit stronger color, so to say, than the Bokura no WarGame has. And I think this fact is very nice that they adjusted it to the colors to match the premium color scheme a bit more better, and that they not use the same translucent plastic, that they not just use this piece from the Bokura no WarGame version. That's nice. Thumbs up, I think. What about the cleanliness of the paint job? Quality of the colors, I mean, is very clean and of a normal quality, which corresponds to the normal usual Figuarts niveau or level. And yeah, you can see yourself, it's looking really nice, I think. Now let us get to the cape and its implementation and design, and watch out folks, spoiler alert, the cape and its implementation is absolutely great and awesome and stunning. Back then they also highlighted it in the official updates like this. The cape is made of a composite material to reproduce its shine. And I think they done a really good job. Internal wires make it possible to pose the cape however you wish. I judged that from the product images as absolutely awesome already back then, because it looked like a higher quality than the cape design of the 2016 version was, and the new one, on the other hand, looked wonderfully made. Also said that I am very curious to see how the new cape is designed in general, and assumed that they could have used some kind of leather imitation or leather-like shiny material for the white outside and matte red for the inside. And behold, people, excuse me please, I was gladfully right about that again, because it's really that way, as you can see. I also judged the red color of the cape to be a bit darker and more in line with the rest of the color scheme of the new repaint, and that it looks different compared to the cape from Bokura no WarGame version in terms of color. But let's take a closer look at it and compare it again, and you really can see that this is a much more brighter red. Don't know if he looked in the movies like this, can't remember actually, I'm sorry, but Bandai done every time this more, yeah, crimson red, darker red style for Omegamon's capes, for figures, for old figures, for DD arts, and now for this, and this was, yeah, a brighter red. In general, I already judged the improvement of the new system to be able to pose the cape as absolutely great, and that Bandai did not simply copy the same cape pose system of the 2016 figure. Simply awesome, and nothing has changed about that, about this opinion, because I think the implementation of the cape is just groundbreaking and super good. Or what do you think? I mean, with those bars to pose the cape is just a bit fiddly work to do and not really good implemented, and in compare with those internal wiring, you can pose the cape very nicely, can give this more wavy design which is just more accurate and looks more natural, like the wind is blowing on the cape, and yeah, the cape is blowing in the wind. Better said, yeah, I think it's really a great implementation. Back then, further details about the design of the cape got also revealed in this official Bandai blog, about which I would like to get back to again here. At that time, it was also revealed that that cape from the comparison picture, which I also showed you in the update videos, if you're remembering, was a test version of the new cape in the factory compared to the 2016 cape, where they made tests about the texture and color, if you can remember. I was a bit confused since this comparison picture, because, and I can show you that again, give me some seconds. Here we have the cape, and the white and the red side looking also more bright because it was a prototype, and that they cleared at this point. Yeah, and so I was a bit confused about, because this was a prototype and this was just a brighter red for the inside, and the product sample was just like this, if you remember. Like the real figure looks like, or like they done the cape on the real figure now. And yeah, but they were test samples, but I was a bit confused about the brighter red for this testing prototype image there. Yeah. And as you can see in the blog, their own words about the cape design were following. The cape of the premium color edition combines two fabrics and inner wire framing that should make playing and posing easier. And yes, it does makes posing the cape much more easier than this, and this in an extreme way, and is an immense improvement on the other hand compared with the cape pose system of the Bokura no WarGame version. Yeah, but we having a closer look on the nice cape. As it was in the text, the outside of the cape is truly such a leather imitation, smooth material, shiny, also a bit tighter material, and the inside is just a more matte red fabric piece, also a bit rough from the texture there, also some nice differences in the texture with the smooth outside and the more rough inside. Yeah, and with the capes with the wires in the cape makes posing much more easier than it is with the 2016 figure cape pose system with all those bars and the clips where you put the cape in. It's not, this wasn't well implemented, but with the wires it makes life much more easier to pose the cape in an extreme way, and because getting the cape posed with the Bokura no WarGame version style rods and stuff and those molded on clips like I showed you is a pain in the ass in Compare, and wasn't is absolutely cumbersome implementation. Also visually, with the very obvious and striking rods under the cape, not a real eye catcher, and so simple and functional in contrary with the Sunen wire framing on the new one. And we have 3 wires around the cape on the left side, on the right side, and on the bottom side we have those wires to pose the cape. And yeah, actually you also can bring those rods on the outside, but no matter or which way you go, you always have those various obvious rods hanging under the cape or behind, and it doesn't look good. Either looks like a umbrella a bit. Yeah, it just wasn't this good solved. According to their own words, they said back then that the white appears white, quite glossy when exposed to another white surface, and complements the pearl white of the main body. And yes, it does. And the red that is shadowed in the cape has a matte texture to it, like I said, that gives the figure more personality when you see both fabric layers together. That's what I meant. And that were their own words about in those promotion updates. Or with that they would probably also say that the colors of the cape have turned out as they had imagined and wished them to look like, because they also said that originally the color of the cape should be creamier than the color of the body, and the premium color edition reproduces the color of the cape, this wished look, like I said. And that's also true. I think the creamy white glossy cape really looks good, and the matte darker red is also great and creates a clearly noticeable color accent also in the textures of the materials between the glossy outside and the matte inside. Really, really well done. Even reflects the light of my lamp here. And I don't think there's anything more to add here either. These official promotion texts from back then already summed it up very well and kept that what they promised us. And I just love the implementation of the cape. I just can't help myself with that, but I just love it because it's really nice. Yeah, but hey, it's really well done. So let me, using these two figure fabric layers where you can't see the other colors shimmering through from either side, is an absolutely and 100% improvement for this cape, and in contrary to the 2016 Bokura no WarGame version's cape, because you think you know and seen it already. From the inside it is red, yeah, that works, but here from the outside it looks more rosé, or yeah, like rose color, and not actually white. I think that's really obvious, because here they also used only one fabric layer, one thin layer, and they maybe printed it red on the inside and white for the outside, but the red from the inside just shimmering through the side, which should be actually white, and yeah, that looks not good. That's not white at all. Yeah, and so this is just an 100% improvement in compared to the Bokura and the WarGames style. This was just cheap, I think. Back then I only added to hope that the wires can just hold the weight of the cape properly, or that the wires are strong enough to be able to lift the somewhat heavier cape weight or weight of the cape, and just that the wires are able to retain the set poses so that the cape can hold a position and does not sag down again. Then it would be perfect, and I was really excited about the figure and how it will turn out. And yes, this is what I said back then, and what can I say? What can I say? As you can see, the wires are strong enough to hold the cape properly. If you do some experimenting with the cape, but it truly can hold the set poses you give Omegamon's cape, and that's really nice. But anything else would have been also very weak if the wires would be not strong enough to hold the position. Yeah, I think we don't have to speak about that. I just hope, as I said also back then, that the wireframe is stable enough to be durable over a long time period, and does not break at some point, that the wires not break. And it goes even further with the improvements that they mentioned in the updates back then as well. So they said that they reworked the jointed parts of the hips to make the standing section less noticeable, the hips. And back then it was a little unclear to me what they meant with that exactly, but you could see in the comparison picture that these rivet holes in the fight joints, where you can see through the Bokura and the WarGame versions, rivets, you can see through those rivets, and you can see through those holes in the fight joints, and now they have been covered with additional plastic parts on the Omegamon Premium Color Edition, which they molded in a way to match the rest of this thigh section here. And I think it's really obvious as well. Back then I said that they filled the holes out with material, but they just covered it with a little plastic piece there. But they also only covered it from the front. From the back you can see the rivets, but yeah, for the most time they will covered by the cape from the back side either. But it's a little improvement here against the Bokura no WarGame version with those covers for those rivet holes. And yeah, nice little improvement. And yeah, they just done it for the front. And you can say Bandai only does what they feel is really necessary to do to save codes. But yeah, it works, it works for me. I would count the accurate and absolutely great color implementation of the cape to the point of the perfect paint apps. I think you can do this. Let us get to the option ports. Well, these are his obligatory grey sword and the Garuru cannon, which can of course also be removed as it is with the 2016 version. And I can demonstrate this to you quick. Just remove it. There's the connection, and you can Omegamon have just standing without his weapons, just with the two head arms or head hands. Yeah, you can totally give him this display option, but I think with the weapons he looks just more dangerous, and we attaching them back. Because it looking more badass with the cannon and the sword blade attached to Omegamon's hands. Yeah. Back then at the blog page they also cleared that these additional Taichi and Yamato minifigures with which Omegamon Bokura no WarGame version 2016 came will be not included with this new repaint figure again, which I already thought, because they don't show them in the promotion pictures, so it was just a bit logical that they will not be included with the new repaint. And I'm speaking of those little translucent Yamato and Taichi. And yeah, the official justification was that this 2016 Omegamon figure version was especially developed to recreate the scene from the movie, and the minifigures were developed to match the color of the main body. That's why there's not really any additional option ports for Omegamon than his obligatory weapons now, which he has anyway. However, already back then I had suspected that if everything will be the same mold and molded parts, the shoulder parts can be attached on the premium color version if it was designed like the 2016 Omegamon. So I said this could mean that the shoulder parts with Yamato and Taichi can be swapped also to the premium color edition shoulders, and it should be possible to do this if the molds are all the same. Yeah, and as you will see, in some seconds I was right. It actually works. The requirement is of course that you also have the 2016 Omegamon Bokura no WarGame version. But you can remove those shoulder pieces here, like you can do with the Bokura no WarGame version, and now you have the same parts here to attach the Bokura no WarGame shoulder pieces with Taichi and Yamato. If you want to have them standing on the new figure's shoulders, you can totally do this. It's another display option if you have the 2016 figure. I think that adds again a bit more positive things to the figure if you want to have display him like that. And the only difference is that he just have those pale white shoulders and not those premium colored pearl white shoulder pieces. But yeah, that's the compromise you have to do when you want to have this display. Yeah. But you can do it, as you can see. So we're putting the right shoulders back. Now we have the pearl white shoulder pieces again attached to premium color edition, and we attaching back the little figures here on the Bokura no WarGame version. You can see it works. For display edge, it works. It would even work to attach the new cape on the Omegamon Bokura no WarGame version, and the opposite way would work as well, because even all of those attachments have the same mold and everything is exactly the same on both. By the way, actually the cape is roughly the same and has exactly, maybe nearly the same size and shape of the Bokura no WarGame version. Maybe. Yeah. And I praised the new system during the unboxing, but I've forgotten that that is actually nothing new, because it looked the same way on the Bokura no WarGame version. You have all those pieces the same. You only has the attachment part of the cape is a bit different, which I will show you in some seconds. The cape looked just like that, but those plastic pieces are the same. So you really could attach the cape on the Bokura no WarGame version and this piece with the plastic back part on the premium color edition. It would work because everything is the same mold on both, which is actually a bit surprising. That everything exactly the same mold here. Back then they also emphasized that the stand was improved, and this I will show you also. Here we have the new one with some added rod there, and this was the Bokura no WarGame version's shorter stand. This is also very good. Commendable improvement, I think, because it allows the figure to be held higher up, so that flying poses can be achieved with the figure, which are now more typical for Omegamon. That's what they said at the blog page back then. I mean, with the extended rod, you get now closer to those floating and flying poses shown in the promotion images or on the images on the box, which was rather difficult to get, and not the case with the previous stand base and this shorter rod. A rather simple but at the same time great improvement with a lot of effect, I think. I also will show you some fighting poses in an extra bonus video, because I can't do this now here. Next point is articulation. Yeah. So, articulation. The head can look quite far up. He can bury his head like this. He also can turn his head side to side, also a bit tilted, until the armor comes in the way. This little chest piece is on a ball pack. You can pose it a bit, adapt it to the pose, figure to the figure. We have hinged ball joints for the shoulders, also a butterfly joint. You can do the full 360 with the arms. We have an extra hinge for the Metal Garurumon shoulder piece. The WarGreymon shield is not jointed. We have a swivel, an elbow swivel here with the complete head, and you can the head independently again. There is another swivel, and we have also, of course, kinda double jointed elbows until ports getting in the way. Yeah, and the same is true for his left arm, of course. Yeah, you can turn the sword a bit, but it is just, yeah, it should be straight. Just straight there, and there you go. And we have a hinge here And you can also bend his body a bit forwards, as you can see. If you're getting the shield a bit out of the way, you can also get a bit more bend there. Also not backwards, but we have also a ball pack here for the upper body to turn it a bit. Now he lost his cape. Can you see this? Can you turn the upper body there at this section, and again a bit also of those movements, also turning the hip, and again up there. Those movements are possible. Putting back the cape here. Excuse me, please. That shouldn't happen. Yeah. Articulation for the legs is, he can split his legs quite far. He can kick his enemies' faces very far forward, and also backwards, quite far backwards. And we have double jointed knee joints. We have a upper thigh cut, and the cape is poseable through the wires, you know. Just wanted to mention this again. We have up and down movements with the foot joints here. Every claw is single articulated. You have also nice paint apps between his toes or claws. And we have ankle tiltage as well. Yeah. That allows you to pose the figure very nice and adapted to the surface very well. Another improvement, at least I believe this is an improvement which Bandai Tamashii added, and they added an additional tilting joint for the feet on this premium color edition. I also said that in the relation to my pre-thoughts video for the then newly announced third upcoming figure of this partially revived series, the Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode Premium Color Edition figure, and I said that with the additional tilted foot joints for Omegamon, with regard to the many great improvements they have made for Omegamon and Alphamon Uryuken PCE, and compared to the new Imperial Dramon repaint, you don't get nothing new, not even some more option parts. And how I said, I am not really sure if that's really the case, but I will show you what I mean. You have seen we have this ankle tiltage joint here, and mold wise it is the same on the Bokura no WarGame version, but it don't works. I don't know if it's because of my copy, but it actually should work because it's everything the same from the mold here, but when you try to tilt the foot, it doesn't give you feedback if it is intended to tilt to use this kind of joint there. It's really tight and you have to be afraid to break those joint connection there, and yeah, you hardly can. Sometimes it works, but I'm a bit afraid. How I said, he should this function too with this joint, but it doesn't work on my copy. I don't know why. So I say this again, I think the Bokura no WarGame version should have this tilting action for the foot joint too, but it doesn't work, and it works very well here. And so at least on my copy it helps to be to hold the balance more. And this is my next point: balancing, stability, tightness of the joints. The new repaint figure is also lightweighted, very lightweighted and top heavy like Bokura no WarGame Omegamon, but with those supposedly new tilting foot joints, or the function that you can really tilt the feet, contributes to a better balance, and it is therefore better than with Bokura no WarGame Omegamon. I don't know why it doesn't work. It looks all the same, but at least on my copy it doesn't work. So for me, this is an improvement that at least it works on this copy. It should do work also on the Bokura no WarGame version, but yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, and it helps the figure to be more stable, and you can adjust the feet better, the surface or the pose you give him. That's really nice that it's working on that version now. Buy recommendation. I didn't get mine this time from the Nippon Yasan shop site and not directly from Japan. No, this time I pre-ordered it from a German online shop and got it from Figuarts. You may have heard about it. They do have an English version page. That's why it took me so long to create the video also, because I had to wait for the Western world release for this premium color edition Omegamon figure. And Figuarts was also really lame and got Omegamon premium color edition months later than announced. And compared to other German and European online shop sites, yeah, they were very lame, but at least they had the cheapest price, which was about 94 and 37 US dollars or 79 and 90 euros, plus the normal shipping cost within Germany. That was still an okay price and was almost only under 18 US dollars or roughly about 15 euros more than Bandai's suggested retail price would be converted. In Japan, the pure item price was only slightly cheaper than here, but if you add the shipping and possible additional cost for customs, I might even have ended up paying a higher price. The only advantage is if you pre-order directly from Japan that you have your stuff sooner. And despite the fact that it was actually for the first time only available for pre-order at Premium Bandai Japan. Pre-orders in international shops were opened pretty quickly afterwards. So to get the figure also in our Western world was actually very easy. It was also carried over by Big Bad Toy Store. So because it's a great figure, there is definitely a purchase recommendation for this repaint figure with these many improvements. If you don't already have it, if you could still find them at such prices, which is probably going to be rather difficult now, then that's a really reasonable price in my opinion, which I was happy to pay for this great Omegamon. It was definitely worth it for being such a great repaint with this awesome improvements. And also absolutely correct with my pre-assessment when I judged it not to be a pure repaint and not identical to its 2016 version, at least as far as the cape goes, because they have improved the new cape design optically and technically in every respect to 100% compared to the cape of the Bokura no WarGame Omegamon. I thought that was so great already back then, and also said about this topic that it seems as if Bandai had learned something from the posable wired capes of the TungMung EX third-party company figures and judged the new Bandai cape design to be a bit more higher quality and a better style than the TungMung EX figure capes are. And this opinion has not changed either, and I'm still sticking to this. Yeah, I also will show you what I mean. The TungMung EX capes were just a bit of a simpler style, thinner wires and not so shiny. I mean that the original company done the better cape should be also the way, I think. Just for showing you that quick. Said also in the second update back then that from this info and promotion images alone, this new Omegamon Premium Color Edition is one of the best Figuarts Digimon figure repaints that Bandai Tamashii Nations has ever released, because before they have never put so much effort into a Digimon Figuarts repaint figure, and above all have never considered improvements and changes for them to this extent in order to improve the original figure versions, in order to increase the incentive to buy it. Otherwise the Digimon Figuarts repaints were always just the same molds of the original figure version, only with a different color scheme. And this non-pure repainted Omegamon Premium Color figure convinces me to 100%. And I think the next figure, Figuarts Alphamon Uryuken Premium Color Edition, will do this again. For me, it got now actually the best Figuarts figure of Omegamon from the sum of all these previously explained facts. Above all, a good option for fans who shouldn't have any of the two previous Tamashii Omegamon Figuarts figures at all to get the best one now. And for those who just don't really like the pale Omegamon Bokura no WarGame color style so hard, its cape was not well implemented The only revolutionary thing back then about it was that it was made of fabric. It was a cloth cape, but nothing more. From the visual and technical point, implementation was actually crap. Excuse me please, but yeah, and made very cheaply, and I think the comparison with the new cape makes that very obvious. I think even more obvious that this was just a cheap implementation. Yeah. I also called for something to support Bandai with the purchase, also in view of the fact that it might increase the chance that we can give maybe some new Figuarts figures as well from other characters. When they're reviving the Figuarts series would be great. So this call applies to the purchase for the second now Figuarts Alphamon Uryuken Premium Color Edition. About the third Impeltramon Fighter Mode Premium Color Edition, I hold myself back in this regard. You know the reasons for this from my pre-thoughts video about this, because this isn't good. But with S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition, you can't go wrong, I think. Bandai Tamashii really buckled down to create an improved repaint figure and did a very good job on him. With those improvements, the cape looks awesome. Now we're taking a quick look at the box. We have it already standing in the background here. We have again here our Tamashii Nations quality hologram seal sticker. The premium Bandai logo, Bandai Spirits logo, Toei seal. This is the, yeah, we have this nice gold printing here for the name. Again on the top. One side. They are a bit similar to those Digivolving Spirits boxes, but a bit more simpler, because we have no illustrations by Kenji here on those boxes, just your obligatory product shots and stuff and things and stuff. Yeah! Wood, we have that. I think we should do some comparisons. I provided some Figuarts figures for comparison, and I think we get a box out of the way to get this comparison going and done. First, I showed you already. No, I will start with the old Japanese stereo figure, the best action figure back then, which existed of Omegamon, just to see how they are looking together. Then I show you quick the Diorits. First, Tamashii, Bandai Tamashii Nations figure with the plastic cape, to see how they are looking together again. I have provided some Royal Knights, but also for the comparison I have provided the Bandai Tamashii Metal Garurumon Original Designers Edition, to to see how they are looking together. And my obligatory compare figure, the WarGame Original Designers Edition as well, to see how they are looking together. And how I said, some Royal Knights. Here we have the S.H.Figuarts Digimon, to see how they are looking together. And another Royal Knight, S.H.Figuarts Alphamon. This is still the first version. I think the new premium color edition isn't even out. Maybe in Japan at this time when I shot this video here. Just to see how they are looking together. And I also want to show you some of the Digivolving Spirits figures. Choshinga Tamashii, Alphamon, Dorumon, Alphamon. See how they are looking together. And I think the Bokura no WarGame version I don't show you again, because we have kinda standing him half of the time here. But I show you the KO Digimazing Magnamon Figuarts figure, the design studio. This is the gold medal version, to see how they are looking together, because they are all Royal Knights. Think they are looking nice together. Yeah, and of course we are by the KO figures. I show you the TungMung EX Omegamon Sword X, to see how they are looking together. They were big. They were big boys against those original figures. Yeah, to see how they are looking together. And one of the Mega House Royal Knights, Precious GM, Alphonse Vitramon, and think I have to raise the camera a bit to get this compare properly done. Yeah, he's huge against the Figuarts series, just to see how they are looking together, and because they are both Royal Knights. Yeah. And with this we actually have reached the end of this video again. That was my review about Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition, the first Premium Color Edition in line of the new S.H.Figuarts series. I hope you enjoyed this very detailed review. If that is the case, please give me a thumbs up for it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who have stayed until the next video, take care guys, your Mega 88 1000.
Just break the